Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today. Today I am participating in a huge video hop with the Hip Kit Club design team for International Scrapbook Day. So we have all created sketches and we are creating layouts from the sketches that we created. So over in the Hip Kit Club Facebook group, you can find all the sketches and all the projects and all the information in there. As well as in the description box below here on this video, I will have all of the information for the hop so that you can go through and watch everyone's videos. So let's jump in and get started. First of all, I am working with the April 2021 kits. There is gorgeous spring products in here. I think it's mostly from Simple Stories and Maggie Holmes with American Crafts. So this is the sketch that I created, and it's kind of hard to see here. But there's three main layers on this layout. There's a background cardstock piece, and then a border cardstock piece, and then this fun quilted design on the very top. So I have done a couple of things to get started. First of all, I trimmed my cardstock down to size, and the other thing I did was create this quilted piece. And I did that so that I could do my stitching off camera, but it's super easy. All I did was took a piece of white cardstock, just a scrap that I had in the pile, and then the pattern papers are cut down to 2.5 inches square. So with the pattern papers all pieced together and stitched down, it is a 10-inch square. And then I cut this teal or mint colored cardstock down to 10.25, so that there would just be a small border around my quilted piece, and then I'm going to layer it on top of this gorgeous pink cardstock base. Okay, so I'm just going to put adhesive here around the edge of the cardstock so that I can put that into place. And I am using my T-square ruler here to make sure that everything is nice and straight. Okay, so with my cardstock layers adhered together, I'm going to add my quilted piece now. So I just put some double-sided tape on the back here when I tucked the threads. So I'm just going to remove the backing. I did tuck the threads in to just give it a little bit of a cleaner look. You can most definitely leave the threads out if you like to. I do that on occasion, but most of the time I tuck them away. Okay, so there is my background, and I'm just going to pull the sketch in here. So what I've got is a 3x4 photo, a title, journaling strips right here, and then it's these flowers here in the corners represent just clusters of embellishments. They don't necessarily have to be flowers. In fact, they're not going to be flowers on mine. But that just creates a nice diagonal line for some movement on the page. So next I'll pull my photo in, and I've just got a 3x4 black and white photo. I printed this in black and white for a couple of reasons. First of all, the coloring was just kind of off on the photo overall. And second of all, the colors that were in this photo did not match what I wanted for this layout. And I think I like black and white photos, and I think most of the time they can tell the story just as well, if not better, than a colored photo. So next I want to add my title. And my title is simply Spring Picnic. And so I'll use my T-square ruler to place the title. And I'm going to do that just a little bit above the bottom of the photo. I don't want my title to be exactly the same. I don't want my title even with the bottom of the photo. Whew, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm just going to get my title in place. These are thickers from the Maggie Holmes Garden Party collection. They're a really pretty. First of all, I love the font. Second of all, I love the gloss black finish. So these are puffy stickers, and I just put them on a bit of wax paper so that I could move them around my layout and make sure that I could get the placement right before I started putting them in place. And that just helps so that I'm not putting down letter stickers and taking them up and putting them back to get the placement right. So I'll just use my T-square to make sure that I have this top word lined up as well. This font has a little bit of a slant to it, kind of an italic font. So if you're wondering why I'm not putting them, I mean, I am putting them at an angle, but I'm doing that because that's the way the font is. It looks a little awkward if you place them straight up and down. I need to adjust this one. If you put this font straight up and down, it looks a little awkward, kind of like it's out of place, I guess. So now that we have that in place, my title is kind of, it's sticking out a whole lot compared to the rest of the layout. So I wanted to add another darker element so that my black title wasn't the only dark color on the layout. So I have some washi. This is from Simple Stories from their Bunnies and Balloons collection. And I believe it comes in the Pocket Life kit. And I just want to add a little bit of that above and below the photo. And by doing that, I now have three spots where there is that darker black color so that this doesn't look quite so out of place. Okay, the next thing I want to make sure that I have room for, now that I've got my photo and my title, is my journaling. And I have my journaling printed. I printed it just on plain white copy paper and then cut it into strips. So I'm just going to make sure that I have everything lined up here, and then I'm just going to start from the bottom because I know I want my journaling to end right here above my title. So I'll start by putting just that first word. And then once I get a strip or two in place and I've got those straight, then I can usually add them without my ruler, but it does take, I do need my ruler to help me straighten out the first couple of strips. Okay, so now that I have my title and journaling in place, I want to add the date. And that's why I left a little space right down here instead of putting my title clear down to the bottom of the photo. I wanted that little space to put the date. So I wanted the date to go on, there's these adorable label stickers from the Maggie Holmes sticker sheet. And honestly, what I did, friends, is I messed up the stamping, but I love that little pop of pink. So what I'm going to do is just layer those two stickers together with the one that I didn't mess the date up on, and then place it. So if you mess something up, you don't always have to throw it in the garbage. Usually I can find a way to make that work. All right, so now we've got the most important pieces of the layout in place, and it's time to add some embellishments. So I am keeping the embellishments pretty minimal on this page because of the background is so busy. So I have this chipboard rainbow, and I'm going to just put some pop dots on that because I want it to pop off the background a little bit. I am using just adhesive foam squares from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. I'm going to put the rainbow right down there. And then I have a couple of die cuts. These are from the Bunnies and Blooms collection, again by Simple Stories. And this is going to go in the upper right corner. So we'll just remove the backing on this really quickly. We'll put this in the upper right corner of our quilted square. So here's my sketch, and I'm keeping the embellishments up here in the upper right and the lower left. So everything that I will place for the embellishments will be in this line right here, diagonally across the layout. So the next die cut I have is this cute butterfly, and it's from Bunnies and Blooms as well. Okay, so we'll take this butterfly and just put it right up here next to this die cut, and I'm just going to slightly bend the wings up just to give it a little bit of dimension. I don't want them to crease, but I do want them to have a little bit of dimension. And then I will finish things off with some puffy stickers. And these are from the Bunnies and Blooms collection as well. So not all of them will work for the theme of this project, but a lot of them will. So I just added a little butterfly right there. I'm going to tuck that little rainbow up there. So I've got repeating elements of butterflies and rainbows in both sections. And then I'm going to add, I think I'll put in some flowers as well. But I think this little bow is adorable. And I think it would be cute here along the top of the photo. So we'll add in that cute little ladybug, some flowers tucked in around the rainbow. And we'll do the same thing up here, tuck a few flowers in. Actually, I'm going to keep this one over here. I don't want anything to go outside of my quilted square. I'm going to keep that line pretty clean. So right here, actually I'm going to change that to purple. I like the little purple, or the little pop of color here along the date, or along the date label, I guess. And then we'll add, let's see. No, let's put that over here. And then one more heart right there. And I think with that, I'm going to call this one finished. So thank you so much for stopping by. Happy International Scrapbook Day 2021. I hope that you will have some time for working in your scrapbooks this weekend. So thank you again for stopping by. I would love to have you as a new subscriber here on my channel. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. You might also want to hit the bell notification so that you will be notified when I have a new video uploaded. I have videos that go live each Sunday and then once or twice throughout the week. So thank you again for stopping by, and I will see you again soon.